Joe got a $400 monthly raise. 6 months later, he expected to have $2,400 extra. He had saved $620. No emergency happened, no reckless purchase, no dramatic mistake. The money just disappeared. And the strange part is, Joe could not point to a single decision that felt irresponsible. This is how a raise can quietly vanish before it ever changes your life. It has a name: lifestyle creep. Let me show you exactly how it happens and the simple system Joe used to stop it the next time. Here is what happened. The first few weeks were fine. The extra money sat in Joe's account, and every time he checked the balance, he felt relieved. Then his life started becoming slightly more expensive. Not all at once, quietly. A few more food deliveries after long days, a $40 monthly payment for a better phone, 2 new subscriptions because the bundle looked cheap, a rideshare home instead of the bus when he was tired, a few restaurant visits where he stopped checking the price quite as carefully. None of those choices looked dangerous. That is the trap. A raise rarely disappears because of one huge decision. It disappears because small decisions are allowed to renew themselves every month. Each one feels too small to question. Together, they create a new minimum cost for ordinary life. By the end of month 1, Joe was spending about $90 more than before. By month 3, the increase was closer to $280. By month 6, his lifestyle cost about $460 more every month. His spending had not only absorbed the raise, it had quietly climbed past it. Across 6 months, the small upgrades added up to $1,780. That left Joe with $620 of the original $2,400.
There is a useful idea in psychology that helps explain this. It is called hedonic adaptation. The basic idea is simple. When life improves, the improvement often feels exciting at first, but over time, people can adjust to it. What once felt like a luxury begins to feel ordinary. The better phone becomes your normal phone. The occasional rideshare becomes the obvious choice after a tiring day. The extra subscription stops feeling like a treat and starts feeling like a bill. The exact pattern is different for every person, but the danger is the same. Your income goes up once. Your new expenses can stay for years. The raise feels temporary. The upgraded lifestyle becomes the baseline. And once an upgrade becomes normal, removing it can feel like going backwards. That is why lifestyle creep is usually easier to prevent than reverse.
6 months after the raise, Joe opened his savings account. He expected the number to be around $2,400 more, maybe a little less. The screen said $620. Joe sat with that number for a long time. Not angry, not ashamed, just confused. He looked back through the transactions. There was no single purchase to blame. No moment where he had decided to waste his raise. There were only dozens of small decisions that felt affordable in isolation. Joe had earned $2,400 more, but he had kept only 26% of it. More importantly, some of those new costs were still waiting for him next month. Joe had not just spent the raise. He had quietly raised the price of being Joe. And that is what makes lifestyle creep so hard to notice. It rarely feels like a mistake while it is happening. A year later, Joe got another raise, $350 a month after tax. This time, he changed the order of operations. On the day the raise landed, Joe set up an automatic transfer. Every payday, the extra $350 moved into a separate savings account before he treated it as spending money. His everyday balance looked almost the same as it did before the raise. So his everyday decisions stayed almost the same too.
At the 6-month mark, the separate account had $2,100. Compare that with the first raise, $620. After 1 year, the account held $4,200. The full raise. Every dollar protected before it could quietly become part of his lifestyle. Now, protecting the entire raise will not work for everyone. Maybe your rent increased. Maybe you need to pay off debt. Maybe you genuinely want to improve part of your life. That is okay. The goal is not to make your life miserable. The goal is to choose intentionally before the extra money disappears automatically. If the full amount is unrealistic, protect half, or protect 30%. The exact number matters less than making the decision before the money feels available. Protect a percentage first, then decide what the rest is allowed to improve. A raise should make your life better, but better does not have to mean slightly more expensive in every direction. Lifestyle creep is not a character flaw. It is what can happen when dozens of small upgrades arrive before a clear plan does. So when your next raise lands, make one decision first. Choose the percentage you want to protect. Automate the transfer, then use the rest intentionally. Now think about your last raise. Do you know where that money actually went? Not in general,